Money habits keeping you poor. Habits have consequences and can certainly add up over time, and they ultimately determine who you become and whether you end up rich or poor. While bad money habits keep you broke and in debt, good money habits allow you to save and invest while working smarter, not harder. In this video, I'll share with you 9 of the most prevalent poor money habits that hold people back, as well as how to break them. But first, hit the subscribe button if you're new to never miss out. From sneaky money habits to outright bad money choices, here are the top 9 money habits that keep people poor. 1. Saving is your only option. The first money habit that keeps people poor is focusing solely on saving. If you want to improve your financial situation, you may either save more of your current income or earn more money and generate more revenue streams. The best combination is a mix of the two. You can't grow wealth if you keep making more money and spending it all, but you also can't if you only focus on saving, because there's a limit to how much you can save, but there's no cap to your earning potential. Investing in the stock market, asking for a raise, or beginning a side hustle all have endless potential. So in order to beat poverty, you have to consider both sides: how you'll save a higher percentage of your income, as well as how you'll make more money. You'll want to stop the bad money habit of thinking saving money alone can improve your finances dramatically.
A period that it wasn't that way when, if Eisenhower was running against Stevenson or whatever it might be. I mean, people, they had a partisan behavior, and they had a certain amount of tribal always, but I don't think it's a good development for society generally when people get tribal, regardless. I mean,
Plus, saving alone is a single source of income, and relying on a single source of income is always a poor financial decision. This is why the average millionaire has 7 different sources of income. Rich people recognize that a single source of income, no matter how lucrative, provides no stability. Warren Buffett, one of the most respected financial gurus, is well known for his stance on this. According to him, never rely on a single source of income. Having multiple streams of income is no longer a luxury, but a necessity. 2. Paying excessive taxes. Excessive taxation is another bad financial choice. Taxes are the single biggest expense for most people, and while everyone is required to pay tax, many people simply pay it without thinking how they might legally minimize their payment. If you want to get ahead financially, one of the best ways is to understand tax rules in a way that they benefit you. For example, if you're a solopreneur, you could invest in a Roth IRA or ISA, which are investment accounts that shield your dividend and profit from taxes. Or you could operate as a corporation rather than an individual. All of these are perfectly legal. No matter your take on this, it doesn't hurt to understand the tax rules and lower your tax bill so that you can use the money to give back to things that directly align with your values, rather than letting someone else decide where that money should go. 3. Failure to pay yourself first. Habit number 3 is the way you pay your expenses. It is the blueprint for obtaining your financial freedom, or otherwise slavery. According to Robert Kiyosaki, there are 2 ways people pay for their expenses: the poor people's way and the rich people's way. The poor people's way is the habit of paying yourself last. As soon as your paycheck comes, you pay your rent, phone bill, subscriptions, fund your social plans, and then save whatever is left. The problem is, there's usually nothing left.
Do you know? What makes something an asset or liability are the two most important words in business: cash flow. Which way is the cash flowing? So an asset, if the money is flowing into your income statement, it's an asset. So my rich dad would say, if money is flowing into your pocket, it's an asset. If money is flowing out of your pocket, it's a liability. So the average person, they go out and they buy a house, they say, oh, it's an asset. But every month, it's flowing straight to the bank. So your money flows straight to the bank. Not that intelligent. I want the money to flow from the bank to me. So it flows to the bank. Or what they'll do is they'll buy a stock or a bond or a mutual fund, and it's an asset, and it flies straight to Wall Street.
Rich people do the complete opposite. They pay themselves first, and you might want to do the same. Take 10 to 15% of your pay and deposit it into your savings account as soon as you get it. See it like paying a bill. By doing so, you ensure that the money will be saved rather than slipping through your fingers. You may be thinking, there is no way I can do this, but when you set aside 10 to 15% of your income, your mind will think of methods to structure your spending and money to last the entire month, and you won't even notice that you're saving. This trick would help you to pay yourself first rather than making other people richer by buying their goods before paying yourself. 4. Accumulating bad debt. The fourth bad money habit is being okay with bad debt. People borrow money in the form of credit cards to buy the smallest of things: presents, clothes, and literally any shiny piece of toy. Debt appears to be the new normal these days, but the way of living is costing people a lot more than they can imagine. The average credit card interest rate is 22%, which cancels out all the incentives and privileges offered by credit card companies if you're unable to pay them off on time. Rather than living on that edge, have this strict rule that unless you can afford to pay for something outright in cash, you shouldn't buy it using debt. Remember that credit card companies want you to mismanage your finances, since that is how they make their money. 5. Not keeping track of your earnings and expenses. Not carefully tracking your income and expenses is another terrible money habit that keeps people poor. How can you know where you want to go until you know where you're beginning from? Without that knowledge, lifestyle inflation creeps in. You might be thinking you have enough, but until you pay close attention, you might never know your spending is increasing in proportion to your income. The more you earn, the more you spend. It's a cycle. Increase your earnings, purchase a bigger home, or a nicer car. Sometimes you don't even realize these choices, and as strange as it may sound, this is a recipe for disaster. You might want to be in charge of your money and know where it's going. A budget tracker will help you do that. It should include how much you make, how much you pay yourself, that 10 to 15% we mentioned earlier, your expenses such as bills, mortgage, rent, debt repayments, and so on. Be sure to keep an eye on that budget tracker. Schedule a date night with the tracker every 2 months. People who know exactly where they are financially, their assets and liabilities, a clear goal of where they want to go financially, and all the steps they need to take to get there are more likely to get a lot of money and build wealth than people who just dream about money without any clue how to proceed, how they intend to get it, or how they intend to manage it. Simply figuring out these details and seeing the numbers in black and white can motivate you to take action. 6. Prioritizing comfort over abundance. Choosing comfort over abundance is yet another money choice that keeps people poor. People who value comfort over abundance make decisions that make them feel good in the moment, even if those decisions do not help them attain their long-term goals. A poor person may purchase an expensive car, but driving it makes them feel good, even if it's not a wise financial option at the time. Rich people, on the other hand, prefer wealth over comfort, and you should do the same. Be more willing to invest in things that will increase in value over time, such as real estate or stocks, and live within your means, or even better, below your means, and put money down for the future. Make short-term sacrifices in order to obtain long-term abundance. 7. Lack of financial discipline. Closely after prioritizing comfort over abundance is the lack of financial discipline. Lack of financial self-control is like having a bucket with more leaks than a colander. Money comes in and disappears through unnecessary expenses. Take coffee fans, for instance, who can't get enough of those pricey gourmet morning drinks. What appears to be a harmless $5 latte habit winds up costing $120 each month, or $1,440 per year. Consider the guilt trip their money undergoes each time when brewing coffee at home costs cents. Shopping as a retail therapy is another draining habit, especially when you live in a society where marketing, social media, and all these multi-billion-dollar businesses love to tell you how much you need to spend and waste your money instead of saving it and investing it. Discounts, sales, and special offers are just a few of the ways you're lured. So before you hand over your money, take a moment, or perhaps 24 hours if you're patient, to think if you actually need that thing. Will it be of long-term value or just collect dust in the corner of your closet? Remember, the art of swiping your credit card without thinking is a magic trick that makes your money disappear faster than Houdini. 9. Frivolous spending. First, let's talk about frivolous spending. There are several reasons why poor people overspend. One reason is they don't have much money to begin with, so they feel compelled to spend it now. Another factor is they don't understand personal finance and are unaware of the long-term consequences of their spending patterns. And thirdly, they want to keep up with the Joneses, and one way to do that is through irresponsible credit card habits. To break this habit, be more frugal with your money. Work within a budget and weigh every purchase against value. Develop a plan, stick to it, and prioritize it. This isn't just about making and saving money. It's about figuring out how to make your money work for you. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, like it and subscribe to this channel. Tell us in the comments section what other money habits keep people poor. Good luck and see you in the next video.